Hey Blue Rockers, Connie Willis here, along with little Penny Girl down here. Little Penny Girl. And here's my Ner, my mom. So Mom, what did you just hear? Explain what you just heard.
Like thunder.
Yeah, well, what else about it? What else is significant about that thunder?
It's about in the middle of the day.
How many times have you heard it before?
3 times before.
3 times?
3 times.
What do you think it is?
I don't know. I can't. It sounds like it's underwater,
Under the ground?
Sounds like it.
Okay, grab your phone. She's got to grab her phone. Oh. Okay, here. Pick it up. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, now we know she's got more prescriptions ready. Okay, so you heard a loud noise. Again, it was in the middle of the day. You've heard it before and you're not sure what it is.
Like thunder.
Like what?
Like thunder.
Yep. But it's not thunder, or you think it is?
I don't know what it is.
You think it's thunder?
No, I just know that it's thunder.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mom. Anything else to say?
It could be like thunder under Louisville.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have those fighter planes under the ground. However, thunder underground, yeah, there's something happening here. So let me come over here and turn the camera around. I'm going to actually sit it down, everybody. Hey there, it's me. I'm going to set this up and talk about this noise. Sorry y'all get to see all this live, but that's how it goes when you're vlogging, right? So here's the deal. I've been out walking the trails today, right? You know that. Come back, get something to eat, you know, feed Mom, take care of all that. Penny, you can stay out here if you want. And I'm like sitting, I'm about to make some phone calls. Sorry, those of you I was going to call that I wasn't able to. I will in a second, but this thunder noise, that's unbelievable. Now, Kentucky's full of rock, okay? And where we live, we're on a rock, all right? We are on a rock. The basement is half rock. And there's rooms that there's a door and then there's like rock, all right? So there's no question it's all rock here. And I just can't fathom what this noise is, because, you know, you'll hear it. That sounds like thunder. If you're in the house, sounds like thunder, and you can blow it off as thunder. Now, this last one that happened, it happens a lot. This last one that just happened within, you know, 5-10 minutes of me getting this thing on, it sounded like it was as if either a humongous Mack semi truck fell and just was pushing up against something as it was going downhill, and the inertia was pushing it, and it was just loud. It felt like something was pushing something that was big and heavy, and man, I wish I could get it on. I wish I could record it. I hope I'm recording when it happens in the future, because it moved the house. Now, this will happen, and trust me, everybody else heard this around this whole area. There's no question, but I'm sure the TVs were on. Now, Mom even heard this over the TV, and she like sits around and watches TV all day. And she had a movie on. It was the Alamo's on, and it's you know, a lot of shooting, and she heard it. I came in the other room. I'm like, did you hear that? Because we live on a bad curve, so a lot of people will have accidents here, and you'll hear it, spam. I mean, a lot of dust, even. It's awful. But I'm like, if something, I knew it wasn't an accident where somebody hit hard, and that's where I said, well, unless it was a big giant semi, I mean big, fell. Man, the bugs are horrible. The humidity is 103 to 105 today. This sounded, hear it a lot. There's no rain. You know, you can blow it off when it happens in the rain. You can say, oh, that's what it was, or it's about to rain, and that's thunder. Believe me, we've done it over and over again. But I'm telling you, my vibe is telling me something different. This is not thunder. I don't know what it is. And maybe there's an explanation somewhere where somebody is blowing up something underground. It's the only thing I can say. And maybe it's, you know, secret, or maybe it's not. I don't know. But somebody is doing some blasting underground, and you would think that we would know more about this. So you think somebody would say, hey, when you hear this blasting, that's what it is. I've not heard anything like that. And I gotta tell you, I mean, that it shakes the house. And you just gotta wonder what's going on. I don't know, just too many things happening. There's just too much going on right now. And this has been much more consistent. And I think, you know, you're always gonna blow it off and go, oh, it's thunder. But man, that was, I'm gonna have to put this umbrella down. It's gonna get blown away from the wind. It was scary, like loud, and you could feel it, you know. I'm gonna put this down. Sorry, hold on. This umbrella's about to fly away on its own. And it's been too good to us to break its little back. There you go. Okay, good. Okay, it's down. I just wanted to express that. I mean, just in case anything ever happens in the world, you know that you heard it here on Blue Rock Talk, that this frickin' loud noise is going on. I believe it's underground. I believe it's intentional. And I'd like to know what it is, you know. If it's shaking our house, we should know what it is. I mean, I could tell it's like, it seems to be like over there. And that's where it's consistent. I guess I need to start marking a time or something. I don't know if anybody has any suggestions or thoughts of what these things are. I got the chat on for you. Let's see here. Oh, darn it. Let me see. Wow, cool. Hey, everybody. Please point the mic towards anyone you converse with. Thank you, Ralph. I appreciate that. I get notices when you're live. You should be able to pick this up. This is the iPad Pro. Should be able to pick it up. But my mom just is a low talker, if that's what you're talking about. Come here. I just lost everything here. Let's go. And I just put this stuff out here really fast because I wanted to try to catch it just in case anything else happened again. I get notices when you're live, and this is fun. As I've been blue, makes things happier. I hope so. Fish and chicks. So funny. Earthquakes in Kentucky. I don't think so. I think it's blasting. Thunder under, down under, absolutely. Thunder, well, there is a thunder down under. Thunder, oh, I don't know. Louisville's got thunder over Louisville. That's what she was thinking about. I think it's a 4th of July thing here. You gotta remember, I've been gone for 20 some odd years, and then I came back. Mom has been daydreaming. No, this is the real deal. I mean, is there fracking there? I don't know what it is. 2 weeks ago, there was 3 load explosions, thunder somewhere I've never heard before. My 87-year-old mom heard it. Yeah, my mom's 81. Remote view it. Yeah. It's John. It's I don't know what it is, but it's big. It's not a little. It is giant. It is loud, and if there's any seismic activity, the people that track earthquakes should have recorded it. Just so it's not North Korea. I'm just getting, you know, to where that's what happens with people like us, you know, and that's normal, whether somebody's hiding something or not, you know, whether they're being secretive or not, or, you know, doing it getting away with what they can before they have to announce what it might be, or what I think they hope for the most part, just with the same with lights in the sky and same with Bigfoot or whatever. It's like just let people hear it, and they'll probably try to blow it off, because that's what we do. We always hear something that's not of the norm, and we try to blow it off, or we'll see something not of the norm, and the first thing we do is try to figure out it's got to be something normal. And I think a lot of people rely on that. And maybe somebody is putting it in the newspaper or something and saying this is what is going on. But it is loud. I don't know what could be happening right over here, and the house shakes, and we're on rock. We're on rock. Most of this area is rock. Kentucky's a big freaking rock, whether you know it or not. Now you do. It's just, you just dig a little and you're on rock. That's where this is a good place to be if you need to be, when people like to be off the grid, because most basements it's just surrounded by rock. Now when I was in Florida, I got that other sound. When people hear rumblings, this is not that sound. This is, it lasts seconds too. It's not like boom. It is an explosion kind of thing. It's like Earth is moving and the Earth is rock, and it's seconds of it, and it's and you feel it the whole time. It's just bothering me, because it's serious. Whatever this is not, I don't think they're building some underground amusement park for everybody to cheer on. There's something else going on. And if you guys know, there's a big tunnel system here that has been man-made. We do Christmas lights, what do they call, underground lights, or lights underground at Christmas. And I actually did a Where's Willis on Coast to Coast there. And it's the tunnels, underground tunnels of Louisville or something like that. I can't remember the name of them, but it's millions of man-made tunnel that they've done, and it's unreal. Now, are they building onto that? Is somebody else doing something just like that? Let me tell you, they had to blow out a lot of rock for that. And it doesn't sound like explosions, though. Remember when people talk about these underground bases? I don't know, I'm not going there, I don't know, but when people talk about underground bases, they talk about these machines that go in there and just cut it like butter. So maybe that wouldn't be it, because, I don't know. But there's something in it. It's got me somewhat concerned, because I think half the people around here just blow it off. They're playing video games, they're watching TV. With that, how can you not hear that? And if it's something natural, underground, somebody better be talking about it, because something's blowing up down there, or something's moving down there to where we're gonna like cave in. So I don't know what's going on, but I just wanted to come on and say that. When I was in Florida, I heard a lot of the sounds that, when people hear the sounds in the skies and they can't figure out where it's coming from, and it's like whistling or other things. I heard that in Florida a lot, and it came from above. Now, if there was some sort of sound thing where, I was right on the Gulf of Mexico. I was right on it. I was on an island. I was on Longboat Key. I was right on the island. It's a 12-mile island off Sarasota. So I was right on the freaking Gulf of Mexico. Now, if sound is happening somewhere else and it can bounce around and then it sounds like it's coming from the sky, okay, well, that happened a lot. And you know what, though? I was up late all the time. And most people in Florida, they were all older for the most part. Where I was living, everybody was asleep. I was the only one up. And so they would never hear it, So I couldn't really ask, did you hear that last night? But in Florida, what I heard, I kid you not, I remember sitting there watching TV, and actually, at one point, Longboat Key, and I don't know if they're still like this or not, but at one point, Longboat Key was where there's a lot of very well-off people live there. They had some sort of ordinance where a plane could not fly over the key. It would be disturbing. I loved it. I like people like that, being able to make ordinances like that so I can get my rest and not have to hear a plane constantly, because people come into Sarasota all the time. It's just a beautiful, beautiful place. So I remember one night sitting watching TV, and I remember what sounded like a plane going over. And you know that sound, you know. Well, the plane seemed to stop and never go over. It seemed to stop and never freaking go over. And I went, when is this plane going to go over? You know, and it finally hit me, whoa, this plane has not gone over yet. You know, because usually we blow things off. We're just like, oh, that's just a plane. And then we don't think anything of it. We close it out. Oh, that's not any weird light in the sky. That's, you know, that's what we do. And I think a lot of people rely on us doing that. Sorry, I feel like Peter on Family Guy. This really grinds my gears. But so I went outside, you know, because this plane was not going over. And I thought, something's not right here. So I put my flip-flops on or whatever and went outside. And it was late at night. It was probably after midnight, probably between midnight and 2. And I looked up, there's no plane. And I thought, you know, maybe it's a UFO or something like that, because they've been seen off that area and not all that far from Gulf Breeze. But didn't see any lights, didn't see any planes, nothing. And it was a clear night, by the way. It wasn't anything bouncing off clouds. It was a clear night. I hope it was a clear, I'm remembering it being a clear night. Trying to recollect it. I'm just now recollecting everything because of what happened. But anyway, I still heard the noise when I went out there, and then there was a whole lot more action going on of this noise. And this noise this is exactly what it sounded like. When you take remote viewing classes, you will learn something called ambiance, and you have ambiance exercises. And what that does is it teaches you to notice things around you with your senses, and not, you know, with your extra special senses, okay, instead of your eyes and your ears and everything. So that I could be sitting like this, and because I practiced my ambiance drills so much, that I would know who was walking up behind me, enough to know that they are a female or a male, to know if they're tall or short, to know if they are redheaded or blonde-headed. You know, that's what you train and practice to be able to do. Because when you remote view, it helps when you're at a location to describe things, because you practice well with your ambiance. So what I picked up ambiance-wise and noise-wise, I mean, what the noise told me was, this is the visual I got. It's just a visual. And I don't know that it's true or not, but I know that it can express the sounds. And that's the wind blowing my iPad there. It sounded like God was in heaven, and he had giant machinery, construction machinery, and he was moving dirt, clearing it out, clearing space. That's what it sounded like. So you heard the metal hitting the metal. You heard metal screeching with metal. You heard engines, motors. Okay, so if you can really go to like a construction site, and you know, keep in mind, giant construction, heavy duty construction, moving massive amounts of dirt. So you can imagine the sounds and you know, the metal and the engines and it was way more than one vehicle, and that's what it sounded like from heaven at a enormous size above me. And when no one else heard it, I'm like, what? You know, I know that some of us are aware, and some of us are aware that we're aware, and that's the case. But man, the people that are freaking zombies are they really that zombied out? I guess so. I mean, that's obviously what people like us blue rockers and Coast Insider, you know, people that listen to Coast, you know, that's who we are. But gosh, I mean, how can they not hear this stuff? And not, you know, realize that's not a plane stuck in the air. I mean, that's what it sounded like to me originally. And I thought, well, that does not compute. Let me go out there and check it out. Where people not aware would just blow it off. Yeah, it's just a plane going by. You just imagined it. So anyway, the sounds that I heard in Florida a lot, and that are heard all over the planet, that's not what this sound was today. It is, I tell you, every time you hear it, it sounds like something major is going to happen. I don't know what it is, but I can't put my finger on it, but whatever it is big. I think it's intentional. Oh my gosh, those little tiny sweat bee things, ow, they hurt. So it's loud, it's intentional. I don't know if it's natural or not. So let's see what you guys got. Let's say, gosh, I'm scared for y'all. Well, you know, it happens not a lot, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. There's a lot that goes on on this planet that we have no idea about. This is worrisome. That was strange with the plane sound. Yeah. The only sound I could associate that with would be a still-hold bolt being drug out of the water. It's, you know, to a New Madrid fault. Well, I'm in Louisville, Kentucky, so I don't think I don't think it's anything like that. I think it's intentional. Call the police station, ask them maybe. Yeah, maybe. We heard a bunch of noise. And they do come out and check things out. Sometimes it's people doing a bunch of fireworks stuff, you know, because you'll hear what sounds like somebody, and now it's these fireworks. Sounds like people shooting. But this, I don't know. I'm gonna check something. Check the U.S. Geological Survey website for quake activity. Okay, well, can somebody do that right now while we're talking here? I'll check it out later, but you know, when I've looked into it before, nothing was there. It just bothers me. Just like what the? I just feel like we're on the verge of something that we can get the answer. Maybe we never do, but I think we're right there, and I don't think people are liking that we're right there. You know, all this stuff with like John Leonard Walson, you know, when I was on Coast the other day, having him on, and I am so thankful that he was able to get out the directions, step-by-step methods to build what he builds, to see those things that he sees. Got video here on Blue Rock Talk with the colors of the moon. We got, and you can go to John, if you look in the description of that video, you can see where John has his website, or not his website, but his YouTube channel and his Facebook, where he shows his other videos. It's amazing stuff. And then Derek Tyler, you know, here we are talking to him. It worked on Coast. It was almost like we slipped it in, you know. And then, you know, I promoted it so much on being on Blue Rock, bam, that kind of like his connection, I think it was his Wi-Fi or the entire internet went off. And with John Walson, apparently in his community, it all went off. So, man, when somebody's got the power to do that and to keep these secrets, I mean, I really do think, you know, I don't think it's coincidence. I think when somebody's got something juicy or something new, it's like, nope, snip, we're gonna cut that off. So if I sound crazy, I sound crazy, but when you keep seeing it over and over again, you know, you gotta speak up, man. I'm sick of fake news and fake stuff. We all are looking for the truth. Every blue rocker, every one of you here now, you're a blue rocker, you're looking for the truth. And every Coast fan is doing the same. And you would think the rest of the world would be too, that's not awake, but they don't even know that I don't think they even know that there's another truth out there to look at. And good for them. They're living what I call the human experience. And a lot of times I wish I was only living the human experience too, because you can't go back. You cannot go back. There's just so much evidence. So anybody, if you find out anything for Louisville, Kentucky, big noise, I don't know what time it is now. I don't have anything with me. But thank you, John. I think we are on the verge of full disclosure. And it will change our world. It will change our life. I'm a big fan of David Jacobs. And I don't know that disclosure is going to be a good thing. I mean, all of us want to know. Gosh. All of us want to know the truth, but we can handle it, and our lives, we already know the truth, right? So our lives have changed how they're going to change. We can still live in the world, but the rest of the world is not even awake to, lights in the sky. Well, how are they going to deal with that? I don't think they're going to deal with it well. I don't think they're aware enough. I don't think they of a higher consciousness, and I don't even know if you have to be a higher consciousness to handle it and grip it. Even then, it's still out of this world. When you see, literally, when you see something like that, it's just not of this. It does not compute. It does not compute to what we have been programmed to know and see and have the knowledge of. So anyway, these are things we can talk about for a long time. So I don't know. Anyway, that's something that Derek Tyler said too, that it's the first time I've ever heard that. Now, I've heard David Jacobs say disclosure, when it happens, it's not gonna be a good thing, not gonna be a good thing. I know a lot of people disagree with him. And then Derek comes in, and I interview him, Derek Tyler, and I interview Derek, and he says, no, you don't want disclosure. Disclosure means that they won. He sees it a whole nother way. He says that they won, but it will change the world. It will change everything. So life will not be as we know it. So as much as I want the truth out there too, it will be very chaotic. And I used to not think that. I used to think, oh, we can handle it. But you know what? People like me and you can handle it. And even then it's going to be, whoa, look at that thing. Look at that thing over there. Look at him. I got to, it's going to be freaky. I don't care what you say or know and how comfortable you feel. When you see something like that walking around that's a higher intelligence than us, it's crazy. It's freaky. It's we're programmed that it's us. We've never had anybody above us. But he talks about disclosure being a really bad thing, and that you don't want it. And I can understand that. I mean, you know what? We already know it's real. I don't know. It's fun, isn't it? Isn't this much more fun than politics? And I don't care what side you're on. This is way more fun than politics. Let them do their thing. I wish people just leave everybody alone and stop all the hating and learn why we're really here, step above it, and talk about the things we talk about. Try to figure out why we're here as humans, and who we are as humans, and who we are to the universe. And that's something that I've always been looking for, where I think John Leonard Walson's thing is the truth is out there. Mine is I want to find out who we are as humans, who we are to the universe, and who we are to God. Because I do believe there's a source. I do believe there's a creator. And I call him God. It's the way it is. Not a her. I don't, Mother Nature's a her. I don't know. Maybe it's because I was brought up that way. I don't know, but that's how I feel. And I love that Dr. Jeffrey Long was on the other night, and he was talking about his evidence, not only of the afterlife, which I totally agree, but his evidence of God, of somebody superior, of a light. Now, is that an E.T.? is it somebody that you're going to later call Uncle Bob? I don't know, but I believe it. I believe it. So, anyway, this is just you just want to know. We're in a world that we want to know things, and we're in a world where we can educate ourselves. But now, you know, you can't even trust some of the things you read, a lot of the things you read. So you got to go research it yourself. That's what I like to do. Even if you tell me something, it's not that I'm going to blow it off and say, you're full of it. Not at all. And you guys know what I do is say, hey, where do you live? When can I come over and see what you're experiencing too? So most of you guys, if you don't know that about me, that's what I'm about. And anyway, that's just got me going. I don't know. If you heard that noise too, you would think like a giant building fell that was solid rock. It's just getting old. I don't know what it is, so, and I'll probably never find out. Years and years and years ago, when I was 15, probably, no, had to be 16 at least, I was driving, and nobody was with me, so I obviously had my license, and I was the good kid, but I was driving, coming home, it was night, kid you not, I saw a gigantic explosion ahead of me. It was the whole entire sky. It was the fireball. It was the whole sky lit up. And for seconds, it stayed lit. And I was like, oh my gosh, 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 oh my gosh. And I, you know, started driving to it. I don't know why. I was 16. What could I do? We had a little 65, or I think it was a 64 and a half Mustang convertible, dark navy blue, white top. You know, I'm like going toward where that big explosion happened. And at one point, I got to a light, and I realized it was very far away, and I may never get to it. And I don't know if the roads would lead to it. And I thought, why am I doing this? Why am I going? Was I going to help? Was I being drawn to it? I don't know, but something at one point stopped me and said, what? No, you know. I noticed no one else was in a hurry. No one else driving around was freaking out going, oh my gosh, the world has ended, or anything like that, because this was a big explosion. And it was as if nothing happened. And you know, at one point I just turned around and came back home and never saw anything in the news or in the paper, or, you know, never heard anything of it. But I saw it. Did it have a premonition of something? I don't know. Did that happen somewhere else? I don't know. Did that happen at another time? I don't know. But one day we're going to find out the answers to whatever's going on. I know as soon as we pass we will. But I guess we really need to look in a different perspective maybe, because once we pass, we're going to know everything. And it's not even going to, you know, be a bother. Any question we have, we're going to get an answer to. We're going to be all knowing as well. And apparently all the answers are within. But for some reason, being on this planet, on Earth, this blue rock, we are here for some purpose that locks us up in a body that downloads only the information they want known, whoever it is. It's a limited amount, because there's so much more. As all of us know, there's so much more. It's like, what is it that we don't know, and what is it that we don't know that we don't know? So we're in this body is a it's a shield, it's a cover. It keeps us from knowing all, because once we pass, boom, within an instant we know everything. But here, why are we put in a suit? Why is our soul put in a suit to live this life? It's certainly not to work 9 to 5. That would be like the worst alien 6th graders project ever. F. I mean, it's you know, Earth is beautiful, and people can be wonderful, and love is the only thing that exists. Why are we here? Because this is a short time. Is it that our souls just get to go on journeys over and over again on different planets that do different things, and here on Earth it's life? It's overwhelming for other people, absolutely. It's overwhelming for me, and I want more. I can't even fathom whatever the truth is. And so that's where a lot of me will say, gosh, I just want the human experience, because if I worry so much about the other stuff that I'm going to find out once I pass, I miss out on the human experience. So, and I know those of you out there, anybody hearing this, you know you've missed out on stuff because you've missed out on relationships with people because you believe in stuff like this. And we are the Star Trek, people of the world going out there in that, and I wouldn't call it the final frontier. It's just another frontier. Who knows what is, jeez. You look at the universe, is that in another big ball? And then that's in something else that we can't even describe what that would be? A bunch of like hot lava, or, that's purple and pink and smells like pineapple. I mean, who knows? Who knows? But I have nothing else to say. I'm just going to go in circles. I need to put the umbrella back up, grab a really nice bottle of wine. Remember, I went to the Culinary Institute of America, Greystone, so I love California wines. So I want me a 2001 Special Select Cabernet Camus. Yum. Or some Rombauer. Sit there, relax, have someone bring food for all of us, and we all enjoy some wine and talk this stuff. Doesn't that sound good? Well, I've got some of those adventures coming up soon. Now, I'll just tell you this, for those of you that hung out, I appreciate that you're still here. Thank you so much. Rodney Wilson, I'm late to the party today. You seem down and distracted. No, I'm not down, I'm thinking. Not down, I'm thinking. Opening up the third eye. That's right, I am not down. Somebody else the other day thought I was down when I was like getting deep into thought, trying to figure out the answers here. No, but just to let you know, first of all, while you're here, make sure you have subscribed, make sure you hit the notification bell. Please hit that like button. Love your comments. Please check out the other videos out here too. Please tell other friends. Please share this YouTube channel with other friends. Let's get this to grow so that we continue to have a lot of interaction along the way. And I can do this as a living, right? So I've got to get like 1 million people before that can happen. So I think we're a little under 2,000. So we got a long way to go, but we can do it. We can do it, I know we can. But I got some things coming up, and once I can say it, I'll say it. I may not, it may be secret, so I'm gonna, until they give me the go. I hope they're watching now. You know who you are if you are. And as soon as they let me say it, I'll say it. And so I think I'm gonna have some interesting on location stuff next week for Blue Rock Talk. Maybe, I don't know. I got to see if I can, got to do, this is what Blue Rock Talk does though, like I ask you, if you go Bigfooting, if you go looking at lights in the sky, if you go to some psychic and maybe you just left a psychic, if you just did a remote viewing, you viewed a target, or something weird happened to you or somebody else, just get on, make a little video and go, hey, Blue Rockers and Connie, this just happened. Or if you're shooting a video or a documentary or some sort of show, and I know 1 million of you out there are, that you call me all the time telling me about them, that's great. Then do me a favor, say, hey Blue Rockers, here we are behind the scenes of my ghost documentary. Here is so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so, and here's what's supposed to happen tonight, or we think will happen, or we hope will happen, and this is what happens most every evening here. So thanks Blue Rockers, we'll keep you in touch. Boom, however long you need to make it, and then I'll post it on Blue Rock Talk, okay? That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So we'll see what happens next week. Some things on different scales I'm able to do or not do, and I we'll see what happens. But So I got something really cool happening like that next week. And then in about 3-4 weeks, is that what is it? Or less, something else is cool gonna happen, and it's Blue Rock Talk all the way, all right? So be ready for that. It'll be, I'll say this much, it's gonna be in the Pacific Northwest. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be people you know or have heard about, or if not, you can read about them. Very, very neat people. I'm really looking forward to it. And that's gonna be like the Labor Day weekend. Before that, I will be on coast. I can't remember the date. It's in August. Can't remember the date. 18th maybe? Something like that. Anyway, I'll find out and we'll tell you more, but Sandal Image Senior. Friend request me. I've seen, I don't know what you just said there. It's gone. It's over. Lost it. Well, you all know where to find me. This is Blue Rock Talk with Connie Willis on YouTube. You can find me Blue Rock Talk on Facebook. You can also find me under Connie Willis Public Figure, I think is what it says, or Connie Willis USA. I'm on Instagram and Twitter as Connie Willis USA, and also Blue Rock Talk on both of those. And keep in mind, there's a very famous lady out there called Connie Willis. She is, most people refer to her, and I hate to keep saying this, but this is what gets in your mind and sticks, is that she is the female Stephen King. She writes a lot of sci-fi, and I hope to interview her at one point, but her name is Connie Willis. So she snagged most of the Connie Willis things before I got them. But I haven't ever talked to her yet, but I've talked to her assistant before, because she's got some of my mail and I've got some of their mail along the way. So anyway, hey, please like what's going on, comment, and because this is live, and hey, Ralph, you've helped me before in the past, before you go, can you copy everything for me and then paste it once I post it back up and post it underneath it? That'd be great. Thank you. All the live chat. They won't let you keep the live chat. Either that or I don't know where it is. Take Penny into the pool, Connie. I know, I think Nerner took her inside. Little Penny had some heat today. She was like sleeping away. But I'll give you a last shot of the pool. And I'll let you know. I will let you know if, check out the swan in the pool, huh? And I'll let you know if I hear another noise, but I sure wish I could get that on tape. Here's the swan. Y'all seen that swan at night lit up with its LED. Is that not beautiful water? Holy moly. Isn't that great? Banana trees hanging out by the pool. So this is Connie Willis for Blue Rock Talk. Bye everybody, thanks. It's burning up out here. Humature 105. Bye.